Hey guys, Psychic Shanda here, coming at you again with another video. This week we are going to be talking about the entry into clairvoyance. So clairvoyance is the art of seeing with our senses that are beyond the five senses that we normally use. It's usually referred to as the sixth sense. The word clairvoyance is derived by two French words, clair and voyance, which the definition of that is clear seeing. So clairvoyance can be experienced in many different ways, but the two basic categories of clairvoyance are objective and subjective. Objective clairvoyance is when a medium is capable of literally seeing spirit entities that cannot be seen by others with her actual physical eyeballs. So she can actually see through the curtain and see spirits with her actual eyes. Subjective clairvoyance is more common. It's definitely the more common of the two. It is when spirit entities can manipulate the nerve centers of the eyes to impress upon the brain images that are not seen by others, and so it's pretty much seeing with your mind's eye or your third eye. And this is where a person or a medium can see spirit or see pictures, images, numbers, words, colors, etc. in her mind. So that's definitely the more common of the two. But you can definitely learn how to do both. So whether you want to develop clairvoyant abilities or you want to enhance your natural abilities, meditation is very, very important. You'll need time in your daily routine to meditate. It's very important. It's very important to meditate. The reason why meditation is so essential for development, it is because it is through meditation where we start to develop our psychic and mediumistic talents. And we talked before in our previous lessons about meditation, kind of the beginning fundamentals of meditation. We talked about how to, not lay down and to sit up because you don't want to fall asleep. We talked about how to meditate at the same time every day and keep, your date with spirit. We talked about meditating in the same place, in the same room of your home every day and creating that energy, that spirit energy, and eventually making a meditation altar for yourself, and how that energy being created eventually becomes like a trigger in your brain. So when you, at that time of the day in that part of the house, you know that it's time to meditate. It's time for your date with spirit. Now, the biggest thing that people have an issue with when they are beginning is to stop the chatter in their head. It's very hard for people to stop all of the chatter in their head and the thinking of what they have to do, what they did today, what their issues are in life. And it's very hard to turn that off when you have no practice, first of all, and you have nothing to listen to. So a lot of beginners like to listen to guided meditations, and that really helps a lot, which I have guided meditations on almost every one of my videos. At the end of the video on my channel, there is a guided meditation that interprets the best for that lesson or that discussion. But also, when you listen to the guided meditations, it helps a lot to stop the chatter in your head, because your voice or a voice is easy for your brain to listen to, and so when it's listening and paying attention to something, it's not wandering off. If you're able to meditate and you don't see anything, then don't worry. Just keep practicing. Don't have any expectations, because you're setting yourself up for disappointment. So like if you start your meditations and you are expecting to see spirit or get a message from spirit and you don't, you'll be disappointed. Or if you're expecting something spectacular and you just see colors, then you'll still be disappointed, and you don't want to be disappointed when spirit did show you something. So don't have any expectations for yourself, especially not at first, because you don't want to be disappointed. The first things that most people see when they are developing their clairvoyant gifts, the first thing they see in their meditations is colors. If you see colors, and it's a very amazing step, but if you don't see anything and you don't see any colors at first, don't be upset. Just keep practicing. So if you really want to be a clairvoyant, the best thing I can tell you is practice. And practice, and be consistent in your meditations. Your first piano lesson isn't going to be amazing, but after time, progress can be seen and progress can be heard. So it's definitely coming. You just gotta stick with it and keep practicing and being consistent in your meditations, and you will definitely get there. So I know that discussion was kind of short today, but I just wanted to give you pretty much the basic entry level of what clairvoyance is. So this discussion is a lot shorter than normal, but it's just what clairvoyance is. And in the next lesson, we will be doing interpretation for if we start seeing messages, what we see, and how to interpret the messages that we're getting. So right now, we're going to do a very basic and simple entry-level beginner meditation for clairvoyance. Now, the meditations that I'm getting are out of this book. This is a different book than what we were reading out of in our other lessons. But this is Spiritualism and Clairvoyance for Beginners, and the author is Elizabeth Owens, and it is an amazing book as well. I got this book from a metaphysical occultic store in Champaign, Illinois, but you can get it on Amazon. So it's very simple to find it on Amazon or anything like that. But we are going to do a very basic meditation out of this book. So I want you guys to get relaxed, sit comfortably, and let's put our feet on the floor. Try not to cross your legs. If you sit on the floor and cross your legs, that's fine, but I will tell you that I spent a long time sitting on the floor, crossing my legs, meditating. And I've noticed that after about 20 or 30 minutes in my meditations, I would start to have a lot of cramps in my legs, and my feet would fall asleep, and it would definitely make me come out of my meditation because it was very uncomfortable. So I like to now sit in a chair with my feet flat on the floor. That definitely has helped. So let's go ahead and take a few deep breaths. We're going to go in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose. And out through the mouth. In through the nose again. And this time when we go out through the mouth, we're going to close our eyes. So out through the mouth, closing our eyes slowly. And we're going to breathe deeply. Hold your breath for a few seconds. And release out through the mouth. Let's try that again. In through the nose. And hold your breath. Now out through the mouth. We're going to tilt our head back and look straight up. Now tilt your head down, straight down, stretching your neck muscles. Now tilt your head to the left, now to the right. Shrug your shoulders. Roll your shoulders in a backward circle. And roll your shoulders forward. And relax your shoulders. Let's tense our arms and hands. And release. Tighten your stomach muscles and your back muscles. And relax. And let's tighten your buttocks and your thighs. And relax. Let's tighten your calves and tense your feet. And release. Let's take in another deep breath. And out through the mouth. So our bodies should be sufficiently relaxed. So let's take another deep breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. And now that our bodies are relaxed and our eyes are still closed, let's focus your closed eyes slightly upward. What you're seeing here is your screen, is what we call it. Which this is where you'll view your clairvoyant impressions. Focus on your breath now, breathing in and breathing out. While looking at our screen now, let's try to turn the screen white. Try to change that color to white. Remember to breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Let's try to turn that screen blue. Keep breathing and try to turn that screen blue. Now let's try to visualize red. Remember to breathe. Try to change that screen red. Now, let's go from red to orange. I have noticed that sometimes it's easier to visualize someone throwing paint or something on your screen and then the whole screen turning that color. Maybe for beginners, if it's hard for you to change the color of your screen, try to imagine that, or imagine an actual TV screen within your screen, that color, and then slightly make that TV screen bigger and bigger until it takes up your entire screen behind your eyelids. So let's try and change the screen yellow now. Now let's try to change the screen color to green. Let's remember to breathe. Focus on your breath if you have to. If your mind starts to wander, that's okay. Just simply acknowledge that your mind is wandering. Acknowledge the thought and then gently blow it away. And come back to focusing on your breath. Now let's try to make your screen purple. Deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. This exercise may be easy for you, or it may be harder. If you were not able to visualize all the colors or any of the colors, don't get discouraged. it will come with time. Sometimes it takes students several attempts. Let's keep breathing and slowly bring your awareness back to the room. And open your eyes. And I have mentioned before in our previous lessons that it is important to keep a journal and record your experiences for your meditations in the journal. And if you were not able to visualize the colors, don't get discouraged. It takes some people several attempts, but just keep practicing. Practice every day and you will be able. By our next lesson, you'll be able to do it if you practice every day, I promise. So, I do want to thank you guys for watching today. Go ahead and click that like button if you liked this discussion and this lesson. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, or you want to develop your psychic abilities, your clairvoyant abilities, or just become more spiritual, hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate every like, every subscribe. It really helps a lot, and I really appreciate it. Next week we will, like I said, we'll be talking about the interpretation of the messages that we get in our meditations. But I do just want to thank you guys again for being here with me tonight. And this is Psychic Shanda saying, no matter how much it looks like your world is falling apart, it may very well just be falling into place. So until next week, thank you guys.